Start with an incredibly simple, basic question that I think you can manage. Just love to know your name and sort of what it is that you do.
Oh, right. Me, I'm Tim Kasher. I'm a musician and a songwriter, touring musician.
And you're about to go on tour soon, right?
Yeah, in about a week. Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming here first.
Yeah, thanks for letting me.
This is your rehearsal space.
Yes,
basically,
yeah.
for the tour.
Uh-huh.
Did you always know you wanted to get into music? Was that always a thing, or was that a dive in a different direction?
So I'm also, other than a musician, I'm also a filmmaker, but I'm not ready or comfortable calling myself a professional filmmaker because I've made films, haven't been paid.
Yeah, you can call yourself that.
I'm a hobbyist, I guess.
Yeah.
But when I was young, I really wanted to be a filmmaker, and music was in a more immediate release. It was just like and I just got kind of feverish about. I had a keyboard and then a guitar, and then that kind of snowballed in a great way, in a very fortunate way for me. So I was like, I got to lucky enough to be able to like kind of pluck out a career.
Yeah.
You know?
You're also very good at it, right? And like once you dive into that,
I don't know about that.
How old were you when Cursive started?
Maybe 20, something around there.
Yeah,
I think 20. I remember having the big 21st birthday, and I was with some of the Cursive guys. Yeah,
my 21st was cursed. I had like a goth themed party. Like 10 people come, and I feel like it wasn't like a good 21st. It was pretty lame, but I feel like Americans do 21sts and are really like they're big here, right?
Yeah.
What was your 21st?
I was on tour for my 21st birthday, and we were at a show in Washington, D.C.
Okay. You have a little cake, a little party?
Yeah, they got me like a big bottle of wine.
Oh, that's nice.
Sang me happy birthday.
Yeah. And Cursive was kind of taking off then? Where was it at when you were 21?
No, I think we were really just like writing our first songs and stuff like that. Yeah. So nothing, it was full hobbyists at that point. Yeah. My 21st birthday recollection is one of my best buddies and I throwing up in a neighbor's yard, but like in just such a triumphant way. Like we were laughing and just being like, "Whoa, it's my 21st birthday. We really are. This is what you do. Like we are messed up."
Was it very clear to the neighbor that it was you guys?
It was a friend's rental, and it was in the grass.
It
was probably fine. There was probably like worse things. We probably threw up on like dog shit or something. Yeah.
Covered
it up.
And this is all Omaha, Nebraska?
It was in Omaha, Nebraska.
What David, do you know anything about Nebraska?
I know nothing about Nebraska. I've got no images in my mind. I feel it's beautiful maybe, and sort of a quiet pace of life.
Yes, and I'm gonna back up because I don't know if beautiful you might have just lobbed that out because that's like a courtesy. It's like a nice thing to say, you know. Because I think a lot of people in the United States would consider Omaha to be somewhere that's not beautiful. It's like
I genuinely don't know.
It's like Great Plains, it's the Midwest. It's like it's flyover country. But I'm here to say that you nailed it. Omaha, what people who haven't been to Omaha, what they don't realize is that it's actually a rolling hills, and it's incredibly green. So when you fly over it, or if you fly in, it is quite a beautiful patch. It's along the Missouri River, and it's just like these like really nice, softly rolling hills that a city was built onto with just tons of greenery.
Yeah, and what are people mostly doing there? What's kind of the thing?
That gets a little bit dull. It's business. Like business would be kind of like the main export.
Okay.
But with like us musicians, we kind of like really plugged away at the top of the century, and kind of made a little name for Omaha for music, and that's nice. And there's some cool filmmakers. Alexander Payne came out of Omaha. So there is arts that exist as well. That's just the problem with so many of cities in the U.S. and I'm part of the problem. I live in L.A. now, but the artists do tend to go to the coasts.
Yeah, they gravitate out.
But
you're sort of saying, no, it's a great place to be. You love it.
It is, and I'd be happy to live there now. It's not. There's really no. It's just my wife works out here in LA, and I love LA too. I'm pretty easygoing. I love wherever I live.
Yeah, you seem like you have an easygoing energy about you. I have to say.
I just try to acclimate.
When did you know that music could be a full-time thing? Was there a moment when you realized that this is going to work?
Yeah, but I think it wouldn't have been until like the third Cursive record, and that was in like the 2000.
Yeah, right.
And that was like a turning point for us where we put this record out called Domestica, and we were out, just out touring like as we had been for the other two albums, but touring was a total slog, which like the majority of musicians understand, it's a total slog. And but then for the Domestica album, it was this weird and exciting thing where the little rooms we were playing were now filling up, and people were singing along, and we were like, and then that was the point to pinpoint it, where we kind of looked to one another and were like, is this like something? Is this work? Is this working?
Yeah.
Because which was weird because I was very used to it not working.
The excuse of the show really is just for me to extract knowledge about American culture, and also to get to watch amazing musicians perform in front of me. But you, I understand, have had a brush in with game shows.
Where'd your love for game shows start?
Probably really just in the most basic sense, just being a kid and just loving to play board games and just loving. And then in trivia, was always a blast. But I think I can also credit my wife Gwynedd, who also, like, when we found each other, we were both people who love games.
Right. And when you say games, like, what do you mean? Like game shows on TV, like playing board, like what kind of games
like
are we
fairly
talking?
Broad. Like we play, I travel, like with a Monopoly Deal, which is Monopoly Deal is like a little card game. So like Gwynedd and I are the type that when we go to a bar, we'll just like post up and like play cards.
Yeah, right.
We'll play Scrabble at home. So she's been on Jeopardy, and it's really kind of amped up for her. She grew up wanting to be on Jeopardy, like so. That was like the big,
dream.
That was the big dream, and she did it.
That's incredible.
It was incredible.
How does one get on Jeopardy?
It's like a hard thing to prepare for too, because it's just general knowledge of everything.
It's the most terrifying thing. I could think of nothing more hellish than to put me on Jeopardy, because it's basically just a way that you see everyone sees how dumb you are and what you don't know.
So I love trivia. Gwynedd loves trivia. I don't. And so also what I'm kind of leading to is that we have like we started like a trivia show and stuff like that. And so I need to be really, in the conversation like this, I need to be really positive and pro trivia, because we ask people to come on, and we ask musicians to come on. So the show's called Musical Puke, and it's a music trivia game show. But there's anxiety. Absolutely. There's anxiety of musicians who don't want to come on and be like grilled and then like maybe look bad or look stupid.
Completely.
And we're always just trying to convince people that it's like, it's just fun.
It's fun.
We want you to do well. We're not trying to stump you. Like we want to just have a good time and just have some trivia. We want you to scratch your head a little bit and think, oh, I almost got it. But it's tough to come up with the questions to know like what
that
people know and
space
don't
is.
know. Yeah. Like what, yeah.
Wait, so rewind. Your wife dreamt of being on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Gwynedd Stewart.
So Gwynedd just wanted to do this. How the hell did she make that dream a reality? Like, they don't just let anyone on Jeopardy.
She's rather bright, and and so there's a test. There's like an online test. Before that, there was probably just a written test. I think you used to go and there'd be like tryouts. Yeah. But now it's an online test.
Okay.
And she was taking it for years. I think it was like once a year, or maybe a couple times a year, and she just try it, and then she just nailed it. She came up on a test, and they asked the right questions. And
how long ago was she on?
Alex Trebek. She got to be on when Alex Trebek was still around. I know, she's so proud of that. I'm proud of it too. I mean, she love her. She didn't do great. It was really hard. I'm always the first to defend her, that she was against these two young gentlemen who were like really good with the buzzers.
Oof. The buzzers are no joke.
Yeah. And you can see it. She's one of the types of players when you watch Jeopardy. She's like where you see her frustrated. Like she's like she knows the answers, but she can't get in. She can't get in.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Was that part of knowing that you guys were a good match? Is like we all love games. Like we both love games, or did that come later in the relationship?
I think that she might say it that way a little bit. I think that she feels like she fell in love with me because I'm fun and because I like games.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
So I don't know how accurate it is, but.
And when did you get the idea to have your own game show? When was that a thing?
Her and I just kind of, been throwing around ideas of like something that we could do together for quite some time. And I think I just kind of stumbled upon, so I'm a musician, and I'm in kind of like, I'm a cog in the machinery, and it occurred to me that Musical Puke, as the concept of it, I was like, if we had musicians on,
Mhm.
and then kind of have it kind of a little more niche about it being music trivia. I was like, who would love that is publicists.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking, and I'm not totally sure if I'm right about that or not. But we have good rapport with publicists now as a result. But because I was thinking, when you put out an album, you have
You need to tell people about what is coming. You've got to get it to all
Yeah.
these different people
And-
somehow.
and you're just saying the same thing over and over again, and you'd have a few a day or whatever, and you have a lot a week. Anyways, I've been through this a lot, and so it occurred to me, I was like, oh my gosh, what if you could kind of plug into that and be like, hey, this one, it's like we will still plug it. We'll talk about the tour and we'll talk about the album, but mostly you just get to play a game.
Yeah.
And I was thinking publicists would like that. I was thinking musicians would like it.
Musicians will love it
because it's like, I get to check off like, hey, I'm doing what I'm
supposed to.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to. My publicist is happy with me, and I get to just hang out and play a game for an hour.
Yeah, completely. And just you're not having to think about portraying a certain message or the certain bullshit that you're having to say again and again and again. You're having a nice time.
Yeah.
And an audience is watching going, who's this person? I like this person. Oh, they're a musician. They've got this album coming.
Yeah.
That was the idea of this show too.
Completely.
For our music series was like, we don't need to talk about the history of the band and how they started and the album coming out. It's let's find that weird American topic that they know about.
Yeah.
Still plug your stuff still. And then like, let's show you use your superpower at the end, but let's talk about game shows and Cheetos instead of
Completely, because talking about music, the music should stand on its own 2 feet, right? Talking about, I mean, it can be interesting, but it can get pretty fucking boring as well. Talking about the origin of the lyric and the
well, I was just gonna say, isn't that just the thing, right? It's just like if you get into the weeds as musicians, you don't really. I enjoy getting in the weeds.
Yeah.
But that's that slippery slope, right? Of just like you start talking about like theory or something like that, and people are gonna start glazing over.
And there's enough. You're gonna have to do that anyways. So you're gonna go do it on 10 other shows. Like you go on Song Exploder if you want to really dive into it.
Yeah. Which as a musician, I think that's like one of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like it's so interesting.
And we're not trying to recreate and beat that because
completely.
You want that? Go listen to the interview on Rolling Stones.
Instead, we're trying to beat Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
Who's been one of the most fun guests that you've had that was like quite either good at trivia or particularly bad at trivia or just stood out?
Or both. Let's hear both. Who's the best?
Call people out.
Yeah.
So probably
really put them in it. Shame them.
Yeah. So probably the most fun, the first one that popped in my head as far as a really fun show we had is it's not out yet. It's coming out in a month or two or something. But we had Shannon Shaw on, and is of Shannon Shaw and the Clams, and Shannon brought. So it's generally it's like a 3-person game or a 2-person game or a solo game. We did a 3-person game with that. She brought Cody Blanchard, who's in the Clams. He's just a really fun and affable guy, and also brought Seth Bogart of Hunks and His Punks. And this guy is just, I don't know if you know him or not, but he's just so funny in the group. So the 3 of them are really tight friends. So it's finished and I was editing it. I had to edit out a lot of sections because there was points where it's like they were just hanging out. And it was so fun.
It stopped being a game show for a moment.
And I even pointed out, I was like, this is like really fun for Gwyneth and I. It's like we're just like a fly in the wall hanging out in your kitchen or something like while you guys are shooting the shit.
Yeah.
But it was really funny. It was great. It was just like they're really tight and it was a really fun show. Yeah.
Cool.
And who was the worst at trivia? So just let their fear come to light. They go on a trivia show. They're afraid of looking stupid. And now call them out for being the stupidest.
Man, I know. I want to. I'm trying to think. So what we'll struggle with sometimes. In advance we've asked like what decade are you most familiar with for music and. Because we're trying to kind of pinpoint like what can we and what cannot we ask. And
you're not doing 60s jazz for someone that
right.
like 90s R&B.
And we definitely do stuff like that. Like we had King Tuff on and we asked some like kind of difficult questions about like older psych rock stuff. And he was just like, oh, it's so easy. And I was like, okay, cool. But that's like a question we could never ask.
Yeah.
Most of the people that are on. But so the struggle we'll run into is I'm 51, and so I'm like I have like I know the 80s real well, I know the 70s pretty well, and I can really pull from that. But a lot of the bands we have on that are like born in the 90s, like the people, not the band, you know? So that gets tricky. So we're realizing that we shouldn't even ask. What we really need to ask people is, when were you born?
Yeah. What eras of music was informative?
We need to know, like, even if you don't like Whitney Houston or aren't familiar, but at least you know Whitney Houston or something
who this person is.
Yeah.
Where, just for anyone listening along that's sort of going, I want to watch this thing, I want to engage with it, where can people watch the show?
Well, it's Musical Puke, and it's a podcast. But we do it on YouTube as well.
Great name, by the way.
Thank you. And
it's really fun.
And we really try to promote it as a game show. Well, because it is a game show.
Yeah.
But by doing it as a podcast on YouTube, it's that's our way of making it incredibly DIY.
What were your main inspirations from other American game shows? Were you lifting from anything that you loved in particular?
Yeah, we actually try to like borrow from like all the different things that we watch. Like I love watching Price is Right, and I'll try to think about like how like different little games they have, and if I can like turn that into something that's like I can't think of an exciting example, but really it's like that. In Jeopardy for sure, we watch Jeopardy every day, and it's certainly like borrow from Jeopardy style questions. And Jeopardy is actually a lot of like the template. Jeopardy, is it not like kind of the template for most trivia?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I feel like that's the key one, right?
Yeah,
that's where it all kind of began.
Mm-hmm. And the mustache comes from Family Feud, Steve Harvey.
All right, this is actually. Thank you for pointing out my mustache. I'm actually growing my mustache this month for a donation for a charity.
It looks really good. It suits
Thank you.
I
think
just assumed it was always been there for a long time.
Yeah,
you know.
I think that mustache is certainly in like the younger generations. Like I've kind of just come back in style.
They have, yeah.
So I'm just being like a hip guy right now with my mustache. But yeah, no, it's the donation. There's a company. There's a nonprofit called The Bay in Omaha, Nebraska, and it's a cool spot. It's it's like an after school place for kids. Just
cool.
Like
in New Zealand, we have a thing in November called Movember, and everyone grows in a mo, and it's for testicular cancer research. Do you have that here as well?
Yeah, we got like No Shave November.
No Shave November.
Yeah,
yeah. See, we're alike in New Zealand and America.
Is it for testicular cancer too?
I don't know that it is that, but
okay. I'm pretty sure in New Zealand it's for testicles. Anyway, are there any new game shows? As someone that loves game shows, are there any sort of current ones or new ones that you're particularly excited about? Or are you more just old school Jeopardy, Family Feud, that kind of thing?
There's one called Chain Reaction that we were on actually.
Oh, what the hell? So you just go on, you've been on more than...
Well, living out in LA, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, right. Wait, what game shows have you been on?
You should be on. You should get on some game shows.
We've both done Family Feud.
We've both done Family Feud through friends who are celebrity whatevers, you know?
You've both been on Family Feud?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, were you guys on a team together?
We were not on a team together.
No, separate things. I went on with Rhys Darby, the New Zealand actor.
Oh my god.
He was on, and so he brought me in as like part of his New Zealand team.
Oh,
and I went on
it.
with Rachel Bilson.
I love it.
Yeah, and that was the most wild experience because it's like a finely oiled machine, and you arrive, and suddenly you're doing it. You're recording, and you're like, oh, we're doing it now, and it's happening.
Yeah.
The celebrity ones are intense too, because they're also filming like 8 in a day, and then there's just like, oh, there's John Legend, and they care much more about certain ones than other ones, and then like doing the pickups during it. Like, there was a point slick. Rachel and I like went to high five and we missed, so they made us retake like celebrations.
Yeah, they're watching it. Production's watching it like a hawk, right?
Yeah,
they know exactly what they
fighting
need.
with his producer as it's happening, because it's like they've done this for 6 hours already, and he's like, I don't want to do this again, and they're just yelling at each other.
Yeah, and he just like Steve Harvey just like fucked off at the end of our thing. Wasn't going to meet him. He was gone,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't get to meet Steve Harvey?
I saw him. Him and his big moustache was right there.
We went up for the buzzer, which mine did not work. We got killed.
Oh, no.
And the other team was practicing the buzzing beforehand, and we were like, look at these nerds.
Yeah.
Like, that's what took you out?
Apparently. Or that was the buzzer.
Yeah. So we've done Family Feud. What have you done?
Well, so Chain Reaction.
Okay.
I've tried to be on Price is Right. And I even made shirts for me and my friends. Because do you know that's, as you're learning American culture, Price is Right, that's really the most common, what people generally do is they make shirts to kind of be like, pick me.
I did not know this.
Aaron Paul famously got on Price is Right like very early on and had like shirt made and.
Wait, so what do you mean? You make the shirt so that they take notice of you and then they say, come on the show?
It's my birthday. Pick me, Drew. Just things like that. Like Drew Carey is the host.
How is Drew going to see the shirt? What do you mean?
Yeah. Because there's this, to be on Price is Right is actually really kind of exhausting. It can be a little bit grueling. I actually have some friends out in the Valley who are just on it, and they kind of gave me, again, just like the whole spiel. But it's just hours of waiting in line at the beginning, and while you're in this long line, these our little producer crew keeps going through and like talking to everybody, and they're asking you questions, but what they're really doing is they're trying to assess. They're looking at your shirt. They're I
see, right? And so you turn up on the day to get the job.
Yeah,
basically.
Are you right are you gonna like have the right amount of energy if you get pulled up on stage?
Yeah.
So my big gaffe, I'm convinced, is. Well, I know this is a big gaffe.
Oh, what did you do?
Well, I had this super clever idea. I think this is a good idea, but not good for Price is Right. Yeah. Well, I made these really cool shirts. So Drew Carey is the host. And so I was like, Drew Carey. Okay, Carrie, the movie Carrie, Stephen King, Brian De Palma.
Big fan.
Sissy Spacek, covered in blood. So I go online and I go to I hire a caricature artist to do Drew Carey covered in blood as a prom queen. And I made shirts that said I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said Drew Carey.
Yeah, I get it.
I thought it was brilliant, but it didn't even occur to me. It's like I think they're like, yeah, that's really cool. We can't, that won't fly. Like it's just like
we can't put that on air. Yeah. We can't put our host covered in blood.
Yeah,
this is horrific.
It was a terrible idea.
Yeah, no, it kind of was.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'd want to have that shirt that I could buy. I would wear that.
I can't even find mine anymore. I don't know where it went. I must have given it to someone. I think this is such a special.
Drew, right? Probably.
I wish. In between, this is so frustrating too. In between, so is my buddies, Steph and Roger and Aaron, and my buddy Roger, who's also the drummer in The Good Life, one of the bands that I do. During the commercial breaks, Drew Carey loved. So Drew loves music. You know this, right? Yeah. Drew Carey loves music, and this is my buddy Roger, is a musician who also happened, but he's like, he should have his own music trivia show because he's just lives and breathes music. Encyclopedia. So they just would go off every single commercial break. Drew would just beeline back to Roger, and they would just like shoot the shit about like all this music and stuff, and so we're all just watching like. Well, pick them. Yeah. Let's take this to the next level. Let's take this to the next step. But they didn't pick any of us.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's frustrating.
I'm deeply sorry you didn't get on that show that you wanted to get onto, but you did get on a game show that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, Chain Reaction.
What is Chain Reaction?
Chain Reaction is a word association. Maybe is the best way to describe it. Are you familiar with Chain Reaction?
A little bit.
So they'll go lion, and you'll go elephant.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
Moving on. The word be coffee. So there's like 7 words, I think, or something like that. And the top will be coffee. But it's not just word association. It's like word chains.
Yeah, you're trying to get from the top to the bottom, right? And there's a bunch of links. So it'd
be like coffee mate, or coffee maker. Okay. Or it's like something like. And so anyways, there's a coffee, and the next one starts with B, the letter B.
Bean.
There it is, coffee bean. And then it'll be bean, and then the next letter starts with C.
Bean curd.
Cream.
Okay, bean curd works. That's good. Okay. I was actually thinking bean counter for some really weird reason. Okay.
And you end up at a final word.
And then you kind of, there's the bottom word, and they all kind of meet up, and all of them are attached, chained together, chain reaction.
I thought Chain Reaction, I was thinking some sort of like physical game show with explosions and stuff, and people
like a mousetrap game.
It's just like it's words. It's a word game.
It is words.
And how did you go?
We did like really well.
Congratulations. That's so good.
I don't usually like to answer that question because I always like to be like, go find out for yourself.
No, but you did really well.
But yeah, let's just say we did as best as you can possibly.
Oh my God. What did you win something?
Yeah.
Is the episode out?
Oh yeah, it's actually old.
Okay. So what did you win?
It's a Game Show Network show where there's not usually like a lot, like loads of money or anything like that, but it's still nice. There's a 3-person team. I think we won like 12 grand or something.
That's so nice.
Yeah, I did.
Congratulations.
I bought a guitar.
That's great. Is there like a dream one you want to get onto?
I have been thinking lately, Chain Reaction was the dream, and the dream
is complete.
Well, now you got to move the goalpost and find the next one.
I have been actually. I'm glad you brought this up because I was just the other day thinking like I should put myself back out there again. Gwyneth did. She was on the show. She continued. So she's been on 3 shows now. She was on a show called Split Second, which is a pretty fun show.
So let me get this straight. So both you and your wife, you've got your own game show. And you're both always trying to get on game shows.
I know, actually,
successfully. You're really like burying how batshit this is. Like you're talking about this like it's normal. But I'm really blown away by this.
You're actually waking me up to how abnormal it sounds.
It's really weird.
It is
like
weird.
I thought casually like you've just been on one maybe a long time ago, but you're actively like still trying.
Yeah.
And both of you are in this together. So you're both enabling each other's insanity. Because in most relationships, I feel like one of the people involved kind of keeps the other one in check. Whereas you're almost both building each other up.
We're going wild, man.
And she's winning currently. She's been on more than you.
Yeah.
So you need to get back out there.
I know. There was a show, I don't want to be on the show, but I kind of do. There's a show called The Floor. Are you familiar with it?
No.
It's on Fox. It's really, this isn't going to get me on the show, but it's like really dumb. But there's something seems like compelling to be on that show.
What do you do? You can't just say the show and not say what it's about. Like, what's the aim of the game? Get on the floor.
Mostly why I don't want to be on the show, though, ultimately, is because I think it would be really exhausting.
Is it like The Floor is Lava? Is it like that?
That'd be fun to go on, though.
Okay, so what's The Floor?
The Floor is too many people. I want to say like 50, like 100 people or something like that, and they're all on this floor, this great big floor. And then in the floor all like gets activated, like has lights, and it's like lights all move around, and then like the light will show up like under your feet, and be like, oh, that's you, Tim. You're gonna go up. You're the next. So like you'll have 2 people go up against one another.
Okay.
And they're picked from the floor, and you keep picking people out until there's just one person left on the floor. What's a little silly about it is that the majority of the questions are like absurdly laughable. One of them is that I remember it's insane. It was there's a big screen, and so mostly it's just kind of visual, or they'll show a still of something and you say what it is.
Okay.
So one of them was things in a junk drawer, and they go, and it's like
just
one back and forth.
Yeah.
So me first, and they'll show. I'd be like stapler.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then you'll get paper clip. Scissors. I mean, just like really inane.
Yeah,
like
I like this game. I feel like I could cope with this level of pressure much more than Jeopardy.
What's weird about it, though, is that there are like maybe a few or a couple, especially when you get toward the end, like topics that people are trying to avoid, and then so it'll go from junk drawer, which is like 6-year-old level easy, and then it'll go to it'll be like leaders of Cold War Eastern Europe.
Amazing. So they'll just
like, what?
So they'll go to fuck you up suddenly. Yeah, I kind of like that. So if they get that category, like, oh no.
Yeah, they're like, it's easy, right?
Do you get into the like competitive game shows? Because there's those like game show networky, and now network shows got The Wheel, The Floor, No Deal or No Deal. But then you've got like Squid Game and Survivor.
So Survivor, no, but should I?
I mean, I love
You're
Survivor.
talking to the biggest Survivor fan of all time.
There's a lot, but it's a totally different type of game show. It's a competitive.
Well, so we get
get
super into the trashy shows that I think we all kind of have like some trashy shows in our back pocket, right?
Yeah,
Survivor.
And these are like the reality shows things and stuff like that, Bachelorette or whatever. So that for us, those versions are competition shows, baking shows.
Love
baking shows. We're gaga right now about Ink Master. We're just flying through Ink Master episodes. But yeah, competition based. They're game shows essentially.
Have you watched Culinary Class Wars?
No. Should I?
Korean cooking competition show on Netflix. It's incredible.
The fact that sorry, United States, that as we're learning about the America,
that's okay.
The problem with the game shows in this country is they tend to cater too much to the audience and to and just be like, oh, we're having a good time, aren't we? It's like what's nice about the Great British Baking Show, the Bake Off, is that it's so it feels so authentic.
And they're not
real
fucking around with like trying to build too much suspense before they eliminate someone.
Right.
But culinary class where there's no audience. That's
what it sounds like. 100
really chefs
probably
come in,
just like pure competition.
Yes,
that's what I want.
Koreans just do game shows at such a different level than America, where it's like every cooking American show like pulled into one.
Culinary
class wars.
Why is it class?
It starts with 80 black coat chefs, which are just like normal, work at a little restaurant, like not notable, and then 20 white coat chefs, which have like Michelin star restaurants.
Okay.
So it starts off like those are the two groups. The 80 immediately compete, go down to 40, and then start competing against the white coats.
Many.
Well, they don't even give the black coats names. They all have nicknames. They can't use their real names. They have to like earn it.
So intense.
It's intense, but it's yeah. If you like cooking shows.
How many seasons?
They've only done 2.
I gotta check it out.
Before you share your favorite American snack with Robert and I, where do you think this came from? Like, both you and your wife, you love game shows. Like, were you raised with them or something? Like, it seems like deep in your veins. Because I have no interest in them, really. It's like if they're on, I'll watch them.
Yeah.
And going on Family Feud was a fun thing. But at no point was I thinking, here's my dream. Like, where did it come from?
I think it's as simple core as just being a kid and just game. It's just literally just games. But also I do like I just love competition. I don't actually watch a lot of sports, but I watch a little bit of sports because I love competition. I just think competition's really exciting. If you really pay attention to a football game or soccer game or whatever, I mean, there's like the drama.
Yeah.
The drama.
You like drama?
It's big.
Controlled drama.
Yeah,
is your kink.
You gotta watch Survivor then. Survivor's like
I know. I probably would
strategy. Survivor.
I would probably be really into Survivor. I just have never seen an episode. I've never seen an episode. That thing is like probably on this 400th season, right?
They're currently 50th season. 50th season finale is next week.
My God. Are you on? You're like strapped in.
Yeah, we watch.
Nice.
We watch.
Rob, it's just whenever Rob can talk about Survivor, he will do.
Hell yeah.
What snack have you bought in that represents America in your veins that I can put in my mouth?
Right. Shall I grab it?
Yeah, please. I'm dying for a snack. Why is this your choice?
Cheetos, cheddar jalapeno crunchy. That's important.
Okay.
And also it has a nice new low price too. And that's why. That's why affordable. I like it. Yeah.
Cheetos is a brand you like, or this particular flavor?
You know, Cheetos, I think I'm probably a little indifferent to. You grow up in America and it's like Cheetos, Doritos, Fritos, Lay's, Ruffles. They're all good. You know, they're all at a picnic and you love them all. So Cheetos, I don't think I ever liked them more or less than anything else. But when they nailed down this flavor, I just think it changed. It was a game changer for me, and so that was this is the one I immediately thought of upon discussing to discuss snacks because.
And this little tiger is a Cheetos guy. Is he that?
Do you not know what Cheetos are?
No, you don't understand.
You do not have Cheetos?
No, I'm sure we do, but it's not like. I think Doritos would be like a bigger thing in New Zealand.
Well,
Cheetos are not. No New Zealander is going, I must have a Cheeto.
We're going to get so many New Zealand listeners mad at you for saying that. Every time he does this, he's like...
I love making blanket statements about how New Zealand operates and just finding I live in just an entirely different...
He did a whole episode saying that New Zealanders don't refrigerate eggs, and...
We don't.
We heard from a lot of New Zealanders that do.
But no, my point is this little tiger is the Cheetos guy.
Yes, that's the mascot.
It's like Cheetah. So it's a Cheetos. I'm putting it all together.
His name is Chester. Chester Cheeto.
What's his personality?
Pretty like wild and cool. He like wears shades and he's just like really cool and awesome. I mean, look at him.
He does look fucking cool. These are nice. Not as much flavor as I was expecting. It's more mellow.
Agreed. I think that, and also I can't, having gotten older, I can't really eat spicy things anymore. It's like
happening to me and I hate it.
It's so irritating. I grew up on spicy things.
Yeah.
These are great because it's like the taste of jalapeno, but it doesn't stay with you or anything like
what
that.
I like a fluffy chip. I don't like a flat chip. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what I want.
Well, you gotta even
crunchy.
Puffs. Blow his mind.
Yeah, you might want Cheetos Puffs.
They're puffier than this shit?
Blown up 3 times the size of that.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're soft and pillowy. Pillowy maybe, but they're soft.
Did you ever have...
I'm glad you like them.
Did you have a hot Cheeto phase as a teenager ever? or adult?
No, actually, hot Cheetos tended to be a little like you talking about flaming hot, right?
Yeah.
They're okay. They're good. They're actually a little too spicy for me.
There was like a junior high phase where everyone got real into hot Cheetos.
Oh, and they're
hot
particularly
Cheetos.
warm.
Yeah, they're red.
Fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and then the new generations, they love their Takis. And Takis are just really hot, man.
Takis I've been seeing everywhere. That's like for the younger people, is it? The Takis.
For the younger people, yeah.
Wow.
This is what I have to say to all you younger people who are addicted to Takis. I guess I don't want to make any major disrespect, but
you can.
I'm going to say what y'all don't realize. You just said that these it's so nice. There's like the flavor is subtle. It's nice.
Yeah.
Takis have way too much powder on them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like Takis are like tryhards. It's like a try-hard like chip product where they're like, oh, it's like they're gonna put just cake it on. Like, oh, there's gonna be so much spice on there and stuff like that. It just makes it all messy and weird, and it makes it
kind
more
of
artificial.
feels like a Monster Energy drink kind of a vibe. It's just like too much in there.
Monster Energy drink, Takis.
Yep.
I'm 22 years old.
No, this is like the Cheeto is sort of a refined
Taki. We're gonna lose our Taki sponsorship now.
Yes, gone. We'll never get sponsored by them. Thank you so much. I am not a big chip guy, but these fluffy little clouds.
We gotta give you some puffs too.
Yeah, you got to try them in puffs. They have the cheddar jalapeno in puffs.
Yeah.
So.
How often are you eating these?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Not daily.
I mean, let's be honest.
When there's a little treat.
On tour, when you have a gas
hopefully
station.
Not even then.
Yeah.
I mean, I just try to. Yeah. I mean, we don't gotta. I'm too old. I'm too old to just be hanging out eating chips all the time.
You're going to play us 3 songs.
Yeah.
Which we're very blessed to have. Do you want to sort of explain what your first song is going to be, just sort of kick us off?
Yeah. So it's a short story. I want to tell this little short story too. That is called Sponges of Experience, and it's just a really it's notable that I want to explain it because I wrote it over 4 days. It was a challenge that I have had in the back of my mind since I was a teenager. I would say 15, 16 years old or something like that. I'm like watching Elvis Costello conduct an interview on probably like a night flight or a USA Up All Night or just some kind of music video thing. MTV, I suppose. And he had an offhand remark. He's like, oh, well, I could write an album. I could write a pop album over a weekend. But he was talking, whatever it was he was talking about at the time. He was like, but you know, like, oh, I was working on this album, but I could a pop album, I could write over the weekend. And it just like stayed in my head of just like, that's wild.
Imagine that.
And it's like, I wonder if I could do that. And I've been holding that thought for 35 years or something like that. So anyways, last year over Memorial Day, my wife was out of town and I just kind of saw that. I was like, I just had a free weekend. I was like, I'm going to do it. So I did. It was really fun. It was really, I mean, it was challenging. It truly was a challenge. I took it really seriously. I mean, woke up like almost like wide awake. Like, oh, I gotta go. Like, and just started and just did really long days. I don't remember exactly, but I did like 4 songs the first day, 4 songs the second day. And the rules were, you have to write
like a game show you made for yourself.
I know. I mean, seriously, it's just another game. It was just another game I created for myself. So the rules were, you have to write the composition, you have to complete the composition, and you have to complete the lyrics. And that was the really taxing part.
Because I feel like both of those things are quite hard in different ways.
The I don't want to be too dismissive, but the composition, as a lot of musicians out that we all know, it's like that doesn't have to be too hard. I mean, it can be because I didn't want to just write. I didn't want to be like G, C, D, E minor. There, that done. I had to be inspired by it. I had to believe that it was a song. So it still had to pass like that test in my head of like, this is, I'd listen to this, you know.
But are you coming into this with ideas for songs already?
That was
just like,
I'm terrifying. This feels
that was one of the rules.
Terrifying to me.
Blank page.
Yeah, it's so intense.
It was intense. I mean, it really was just like, and it was just like 4 days all by myself. And that's all I did. I only did one thing. I mean, and I ate standing up. I'm not kidding. It was just like, just breathing, just the whole time, just like, this is this thing. I got to get this this done. I got 12 songs done over the weekend.
Holy shit.
And ended up releasing the album, and I ended up just putting all 12 on. I wanted to write more than enough so I could have some B-sides and kind of choose and really make like the right album. At the time, I wasn't even planning on releasing it. It was just kind of like, it's just the act. Like I've done a lot of albums, so it's just the act of making an album. But this one's over 4 days.
Yeah, and you had this idea in your head for so long. It's like, let's try this thing. It's the right time.
So I ended up deciding just to do all 12 songs, just because I think it's a capsule, it's just like this is the weekend, and with kind of like warts and all, because I can't really like go to bat for all of these songs that are on it, but the record overall, it's like it's an interesting thing. It's like it's an artifact.
Yeah, fucking A.
Oh, and so that was the rules were again, so composition and lyrics. But then I did spend over the months following. I just kind of would tinker with it here and there. That was all. Acceptable,
because the judges were like, "We'll allow this."
Yeah. Because you can't over 4 days. I couldn't myself write drums, play bass, doing the guitar. I was just like, that's not going to happen. So I was like, you can do that stuff later, and so I did, and then I ended up, and I talked to a label, Born Losers, and they were just like, "Yeah, we'll release this." I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And it's actually not on streaming or anything like that, because it's a really niche thing. It's it's like a novelty thing, kind of, So I don't really need it. I don't really need it, nor do I want it on streamers or anything like that. I'm not trying to advance.
Well, how can we listen? Obviously, people are going to listen to some songs now, but how do they listen to this record?
You can get on Bandcamp.
Cool.
And you can.
We love Bandcamp. This is
Bandcamp's great. And so we did, and so the label did vinyl and CD.
Cool.
So Bandcamp is a resource to be able to go through that,
And what song are you going to play now?
Oh yeah, so this is I'm gonna do The Collapse, is a song that was part of that weekend. Notably, I think what's interesting about it. So the song I'm going to do is about I've had my left lung collapse twice.
Holy shit!
In this life. And this song is about the first time that it happened, and I was back in high school. The problem I have is to those listening out there who are like, "Oh, I've had my lung collapse." Lungs collapse sometimes. The problem that I have is it's a disorder, and I don't recall like the scientific name for it. But when my lungs collapse, they don't heal. They don't heal themselves.
Super scary.
Basically, you get a scratch on your arm, and then it heals over. Lungs do that too. For most of us, like your lungs know how to heal themselves. I just have a disorder. This not a major disorder, just a small disorder that my lungs won't do that. So it's scary. Your lung will collapse, and then your chest cavities just starts filling. Every time you breathe, the air can't go anywhere, so it just starts filling. So when I was in high school, I didn't know. I had no whatever. It doesn't even matter if I was in high school or if I was 70 years old. If it never happened to you before, you don't know what the hell's going on.
No, terrifying.
So it just felt weird. And I think it was like 5 days before I went into the hospital. I finally went into the hospital because my heart was pushing up against my sternum.
Do not like that.
No, yeah. I mean, I was probably like, my death day was the next day or something like that. But you'll hear it all in the
Okay, great. No, amazing.
It's a really depressing and awful song. I'll say that to everybody. I'm sorry you're going to hear the song. It's really an awful song. It's really just, but anyway, it's interesting to me because this is, imagine you have a 4-day weekend and you're writing as many songs as you can. This song, I worked out, this song structure that I thought was interesting. And I was like, what do I sing about?
Yeah, are you like going through a list of traumatic things in your life? I mean, or meaningful?
I didn't have anything written out or anything like that, but I did. But yeah, I think that in a moment of like, what it was like, it's like you need something to sing about and you need it now.
Yeah, what can I pull from?
Yeah, you need it now. Like I can't go on a walk and think about it. It's like you don't really have time. And so that just occurred to me. I was just like, this song kind of feels like that. And it's like, that was a really traumatic time in my life. The structure of the song felt kind of story based. There was not so I did it. And it turned out nice. Like I feel like this is like I'm like really proud of this song. That's why I'm playing it for you guys.
Did it seem surprising that you hadn't written a song about it prior? Like did you uncover anything of like, why have I never written a song about this?
Yeah, I want to think about this more. I think that's really interesting. For 35 years or whatever, I'd never occurred to me to like address this. And yeah, I just never had written about it before. And so I thought that was interesting too. It's just like, well, I guess now's the time.
It makes me think of was it like Chinese Democracy, that Guns N' Roses record that he spent like 10 years on or something writing? It turned out like a piece of shit in like 4 days. Like imagine if you'd given him like that 4-day philosophy.
Yeah, what would have happened?
Yeah, it would have been fucking good, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
At first it was fun, headed upstairs, but not in my chest. A grasping for air, working a shift, moving a dresser. The shortness of breath wasn't getting any better. Gym class out on the track, running laps. The sun, the sweat, the collapsing overhead, the vulture circle line. I pled to God, there's something wrong. She blinked and mostly shrugged it off. I swallowed hard, the aching spread, rising like a loaf of bread, distending me. I put on a film, stayed up on the couch. I couldn't relax, I couldn't lay down. Seconds ticked on, 4 a.m. I wondered aloud, is this my reckoning? I climbed across the floor to find the stairs, but they're too hard to climb. I collapsed again, a second time. I said I'd be fine, but knew deep down inside it's over, 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 over. The sun finally rose, I still hadn't slept. We stopped by the hospital for a few tests. Doctors and nurses were running in circles. Said, how did you walk in here? How are you mobile? Nah, 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 nah. They threw me down onto a bed. They jabbed a knife into my chest. Some nurses cried, one held my hand, said, look in my eyes as they stab me again. It's over, 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 over. It's finally over. It's finally over. This is a brand new song. This is called The Boy Who Played a Dime Store Bass. Hoping to record it and put it out next year sometime. gave her love. He gave her all his love. It wasn't quite enough, not even close. Left her at home, left her all alone. No family, no support on foreign soil. When she started making special friends, he never dreamt it all would end. The boy who played a dime store bass, always off on tour, rarely there for her. There were cracks in the facade, he wouldn't let it fall apart. The girl who always cut her own bangs says I'm too ugly. Who would ever want me? They tied the knot and shed a nail. It didn't last long. They rarely last too long. Years went by, they started different lives. Quite a few he tried, he's trying again. One drunken night, he dialed her telephone. She answered curt and cold. He asked her why. You never knew what love was for. To you we're all revolving doors. The boy who played a dime store bass, he had so much to give, yet he offered none of it. The girl who always cut her own bangs, she's grown her hair out. She's a different person now. Okay, this is Forever of the Living Dead. This is off of an album I put out a few years ago called Middling Age. Gonna and these fingers are rusty gears that used to point straight. My feet have become drunken, my bony body sways. The true out to roam. I don't know what it'll find out there, but it hates to be around. I know truth can be so awful, but it's all we truly know. At the end of your bed, these